here. We'll see what they're able to do because they looked good when the ESL1 qualifiers were happening. So Super level 2 into the Aphotic Shield. Nate's running an adaptive strike out. The spear hits, and he doesn't have the Aphotic Shield to work with, so Super might just be dead. Dome gets the kill, and Monet now shifting into the strength. The stun misses from the Lina. And then over onto Super. Does have the Aphotic Shield once again in just a second, but the spear comes in, stuns him up. God's Rebuke after a couple of shots here from HYM. Gets the Aphotic Shield off, survives for a little bit longer, but will eventually. HYM throws the LSA on to this puck, but Super comes over and a couple of shots. The Waning Rift, and with the double damage, there's enough there to get the kill. And now they look over the Shadow Fiend. D-Stone's on the run. The Ether Shock comes out as well as the Shackle. They'll bring over the Mars, but it's not in time. They get the kill on the D-Stones. They use the Stampede to disengage from this fight, and this commits the Mars over to the lane, and that is big. Opens up the entire jungle here. Will end up going into a Blink Dagger of his own. LSA hits. They've got the Spear, the Laguna Blade through. D-Stone's also rotating towards top, but they bring a bunch of heroes to come up here through the outpost. They've got the Silence out onto the Shadow Fiend. The Illusory Orb away. Being broken by Super, and it is the Blink as well as the Arena comes through. They'll go for the Centaur. Do they have the damage to line this one up? They've got the Arcane Curse on Flyby, and I think he thinks he's just dead to rights. Super came over, never got the Aphotic Shield out on him, and now he's hit by the Yules. He's got the borrowed time, so this is now just time made for Monet and the rest of the squad to farm up these items and get into that E-Blade. But that's again, and there's the puck showing. Blink comes after the Dream Coil. They've got the Global Silence coming out, but they've already got the Hex here onto the Shadow Fiend. The Yules will come through from the puck, keeping him locked down, and he looks for potentially a Raise or a Requiem, but that's not going to happen when now they're no longer silenced, and they've gotten themselves the Shackle to make just for this moment to go after Roche. No way that Sirius can really compete with this, but you take a look over mid, the Spear comes in as well as the Arena. They get the kill on a Setsu. That's a big one to grab. A 4-time spree going the way of this Mars. They come over towards the Roche, but Aegis is in the hands of Monet. They'll use the Stampede. They look over at the Lina. They've got the LSA out as he's got the E-Blade on him, so he's unable to get hit right now. But now they look over at Old Chicken, who's trying to run, but Curse of Avernus doesn't proc. Super unable to get the shots in. The buyback here on Setsu. They're continuing to chase Old Chicken. They look over at HYM, who's TPing out. He'll get out free. And the ulti is used by Old Chicken to keep himself alive a little bit longer, but only extending the inevitable. And that will be the kill. And he found the Mars. He's surviving for now, but he's on the cliff. Just nowhere to go. 4 heroes smoked and coming across. They are in over by this Bounty Rune area in the jungle, and now Flyby Blink. Hoofstomp lands onto the Shadow Fiend. He avoids the Spear, but the God's Rebuke comes out onto Flyby as well as the Global Silence. So can they follow this up? They've got the BKB coming through from the puck. Setsu now Dream Coil onto 2. Look for the Requiem. That comes out, but still BKB. They've got the Laguna Blade that takes out September off screen, but they're going for this Shadow Fiend a little bit further back on this fight. You take a look at Flyby going in on XCJ. There's the waveform forward to get the kill there. Now the Arena comes through, but it doesn't save D-Stones. Old Chicken trying to get this kill here on a Setsu, but with the Yules, he's able to survive. The Diffusal Blade comes out to slow him up. There's nothing that really picked up here for Old Chicken. We'll see if he's able to do anything with this. So, one last fight. But there's the Blink as well as the Dream Coil. The Hoofstomp comes in. They've silenced up 3 of these heroes. They've got the Hex out on the Shadow Fiend. They've got the kill on XCJ. So now, no longer having that Global Silence. It was on cooldown anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. On cooldown for another 16 seconds. The Laguna Blade out on a Monet. He doesn't have the Aegis. He's out of this fight. They look over the Centaur, and they're starting to hold right now with the Requiem coming through. That will fear up the Centaur. He'll survive no longer. And all of a sudden, RNG were the aggressors of that, and they paid dearly. Illusory Orb, Dream Coil. Now they've got the Waning Rift as well as the 2-man Hoofstomp coming in from Flyby, but they don't actually know that HYM was there. He was invis. They get the kill on XCJ again without the Global Silence. They get the kill on the Dolem to follow it up. They both have buyback, but a quick 1-2 punch there from RNG. Serpent Ward's up again. Chicken trying to do what he can, but they've got the Waning Rift. That silences up both the Troll as well as the Mars. Now, oh man, with the E-Blade and the adaptive strike, they get the kill there on a little chicken. No buyback immediately with the Requiem flying through. Monet in a little bit of trouble as he's inside the arena, but Flyby continuing to soak up a lot of this damage. The Dragon Slave hits on a Monet, but he is really into that strength, so he's not really worrying all too much. They've got the Shackle over on a Dolem. The Laguna Blade is just not even a scratch on the armor of this centaur. Another two-man hoof stomp comes through. Old Chicken just fought back. He'll be dead for 80 seconds without buyback now. They've got themselves the Shackle once again onto this Lina. They get the kill on HYM. They look for more. They've got themselves the E-Blade as well as the Hex coming through the D-Stones. They get everybody out of the side of Team Sirius. It's also Mega Creeps. There's another stun. There's the full team wipe, and Royal never give up. They take game 1. And finally coming back around is HYM. Setsu goes for the TP, but Bramble Maze on top of him. And should be first blood for Sirius. Super again can be giving up here to this Morphling. Fire Snap Cookie onto the bear. Stuns up Flywin. Now the Scatter Blast slows him. They're just hoping to get a root out onto the Mars. And they do. That was some interesting melee range on that. Around, but HYM on the high ground. Curse Crown. That will pop. But the Impale with the Fire Snap Cookie coming in. Bramble Maze walks into it. Spike Carapace stuns up this Dark Willow. Super coming over, as is Flywin. Can they get the kill on HYM? They're dragging 3 heroes over. They finally get the Impale. They'll have the Spear of the God's Rebuke in the last shot there for the Mars. And they will now be a Cookie or Fire Snap Cookie coming out onto the bear that hits this Mars. XCJ, what is that positioning? That is way too deep. Now they've got the arena. Terrorize comes through. That'll send them back, but the rest of the team is showing up to this one. And now they'll find the Impale. It doesn't matter if you're in the Shadow Realm or the Life of the Living. You are stunned and in a lot of trouble. Get the kill there onto the Dark Will. They look for this Lone Druid under the Tier 1 tower. Monet, he summoned his own bear. It's got no items, but he had a bear. Oh, God. Rolling Thunder comes in. That'll hit onto Flywin. He's got the Bulwark active, and now with the root on him, he might be in trouble. D-Stone's putting in some good damage, as well as the bear and the Lone Druid behind him. The God's Rebuke is used. Dolem gets the kill, and now it's time for Royal Never Give Up to turn 10. Come over towards bottom. Oh, the Mini Ravage! September with the 3-man Impale. 2 will leave. 1 won't. XCJ drops time. This is a long, worn-out fight that RNG have, well, been ready for. They drop down the Sanities. They get D-Stones and Old Chicken with a 1-2 punch. And all of a sudden, it's an 8,000 net worth lead here for Royal Never Give Up. With Flyby continuing to try and find maybe a +1. Waveform forward from Monet. They won't get X on them lane, and they've got September nearby. They'll get themselves the Vendetta Strike as well as the Impale coming through onto the Dark Willow. And now Dark Willow, what can he do? Curse Crown is out. Spike Carapace was already used, and now they'll go after the Tempest Double with D-Stone, doing a lot of damage here onto the Mars. They've got themselves the Terrorize that comes out on a lot of these heroes with the Mortimer's Kisses flying in. The Fear is hitting through on the Nyx Assassin. They don't get the kill on a Flyby, and now the Tempest Double as well as the Dark Willow are locked into this arena of blood. You look over at the Nyx Assassin taking a lot of damage here from Dolem as well as D-Stones. The Sanity's Clips gets dropped. XCJ is dead. Flyby's gone as well as the Nyx Assassin of September. They've got Super in a bit of trouble. Pops the borrowed time. Monet comes in heavy into the Agi. Now looks to get the kill here on a D-Stones. They take out Setsu though. Back into the fight is HYM. Old Chicken is gone. Dolem trying to survive with the Bedlam on top of Super. They get the kill, and now they look over Monet. But Monet is ripping through these Radiant heroes. The Swashbuckle away. They've got the disarm, but now they're turned into the Pangolier, thinking about going in. But, well, XCJ is back, and 3 heroes are here for Team Sirius. Cloak&Dagger finished off for the Mars. We've got the stun out onto the Arc Warden. Now the Astro Imprisonment. They'll look for the Terrorize. It's a complete whiff. D-Stone's locked up again. XCJ dead off screen is Super. They've locked up D-Stones long enough. The Tempest Double comes out, but that's going to be feeding more gold the way of RNG. Meanwhile, with the Rolling Thunder coming through over the cliff, he'll go. Dolem then with the Swashbuckle onto the low ground, so some good, but look at where this Astro Imprisonment is coming from. Tempest Double really can't do anything. There's the Bramble Maze as well as Cursed Crown. They'll swashbuckle forward. They'll try to go in on a fly win. They've got the root coming in from the Bear, but there's the Impel that hits onto the Lone Druid. They'll put the Mortimer's Kisses elsewhere as they've asked to imprison Flywin, and now it's time for the Dire to really make a move. They've got the Arena. That comes through as well as the Sanity's Eclipse. Setsu with the double kill. D-Stone's Dilemma, and everybody falling. A 2-0 here for RNG to eliminate Sirius in the first round of the lower bracket.